Okay. Welcome back. Thinking, thinking about thinking, part two. So I opened up a page. I still have it. Let's see. Oh, is that it? Okay, yeah, here it is. So if I go over here and share, yeah, here it is, share. Mm, I can't figure out how to share what. Hmm. Okay, I'll type in the URL wake up life / self consciousness. I think this is right. Okay, I can move it around. So this is a long, am I still on Zoom? Yeah. Okay, so this is a long article. And just to show you that it's long, I'll go just all the way to the bottom. Just show you that it's long. Long article. I can't tell what percentage I'm down to. Let's see. Can't tell. Hmm. But I'm in section 4.3. How many sections are there? I can tell from the edge of the scrolling where I'm at. I don't think. Oh, I'm getting close to the end. Yeah. This is in the Stanford Encyclopedia. Uh, Philosophy. Plato.stanford.edu. So, self-consciousness. That's the entry. So, it was made in 2017 and then revised in 2020. Let's see how many sections there are. Oh, there's 5 sections. Manageable. So the first section is called Self-Consciousness in the History of Philosophy. Then there's self-consciousness in thought, self-consciousness in experience, conditions of self-consciousness. Then there's self-consciousness in infants and non-human animals. Then there's the bibliography, academic rules, other internet resources, and related entries. Let's look at the related entries, see what they are. So, related to self-consciousness, there's animal cognition, animal consciousness, bodily awareness, consciousness, higher order theories, consciousness, 17th century theories of consciousness, unity of indexicals, introspection, Kant, Emmanuel, view of mind and consciousness of self, memory, mental content, non-conceptual, personal identity, self-consciousness, phenomenological approaches to self-consciousness, self-knowledge, So Joel Smith copyrighted this article. I suppose he wrote it. Joel Smith is at Manchester a.ac.uk. Mhm. There's an academic tools. There's a preview, the PDF version of this entry at Friends of the Stanford Encyclopedia Philosophy Society. Look up topics and thinkers related to this at the Internet Philosophy Ontology Project. Enhanced bibliography for this entry at Phil Papers. And look at the large bibliography. Wow. Do you recognize any of these people? There's David Hume, Immanuel Kant, is Hegel, is Heidegger in there? I don't think so. Hmm. Trying to go to the very top. So let's read this whole article. So human beings are conscious not only of the world around them, but also of themselves, their activities, their bodies, and their mental lives. They are, that is, self-conscious, or equivalently, self-aware. Self-consciousness can be understood as an awareness of oneself, but a self-conscious subject is not just aware of something that merely happens to be themselves, as one is of if one sees an old photograph without realizing that it is of oneself. Rather, a self-conscious subject is aware of themselves as themselves. It is manifest to them that they themselves are the object of awareness. Self-consciousness is a form of consciousness that is paradigmatically expressed in English by the words I, me, my, terms that each of us uses to refer to ourselves as such. A central topic throughout the history of philosophy, and increasingly so since the 17th century, the phenomena surrounding self-consciousness prompt a variety of fundamental philosophical and scientific questions, including its relation to consciousness, its semantic and epistemic features, its realization in both conceptual and non-conceptual representation, and its connection to our conception of an objective world populated with others like ourselves. So this is divided into 5 parts. They are self-consciousness in the history of philosophy, and self-consciousness in thought. And the third one is self-consciousness in experience. And the fourth one is the conditions of self-consciousness. And the fifth one is self-consciousness in infants and non-human animals. Hmm. Where do we begin? Let's let's go to self-consciousness in the history of philosophy. Hmm. So, a familiar feature of ancient Greek philosophy and culture is the Delphic maxim, know thyself. But what is it that one knows if one knows oneself? In Sophocles' Oedipus knows a number of things about himself. For example, that he was prophesied to kill Laius. But although he knew this about himself, it is only later in the play that he comes to know that it is he himself of whom it is true. That is, he moves from thinking that the son of Laius and Jocasta were prophesied to kill Laius to thinking that he himself was so prophesied. It is only later, no, it is only this latter knowledge that we would call an expression of self-consciousness, and that we may presume is the object of the Delphic maxim. During the course of this drama, Oedipus comes to know himself with tragic consequences. But just what this self-consciousness amounts to and how it might be connected to other aspects of the mind, most notably consciousness itself, is less clear. It has perhaps surprisingly been the topic of considerable discussion since the Greeks. During the early modern period, self-consciousness became central to a number of philosophical issues. And with Kant and the post-Kantians, came to be seen as one of the most important topics in epistemology and the philosophy of mind. So the ancient and medieval, oh, oh, welcome, welcome, oh, welcome, Massa. I'm sharing an article on a website called Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, and the article is called Self-Consciousness, and it's broken up into 5 parts. And the first part is the history of self-consciousness, and it talks about know thyself, and and then it talks about uh, Oedipus. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, the Oedipus. He was prophesied to kill. No, somebody was this the son of Laius and Jocasta was prophesied to kill Laius, but he didn't know that he was the son of Laius and Jocasta. he ended up killing Laius, and then he realizes the prophecy was about him. So he became self-conscious about, he realized that the prophecy was about himself, about him. Yeah. So, so he was conscious of the prophecy, but then there's something about the prophecy that identified, it ended up identifying him as the object. He became self-conscious. uh, but then, so thinking about self-consciousness, ancient and medieval discussions of self-consciousness. Although it is occasionally suggested that a concern with self-consciousness is a peculiarly modern phenomena originating with Descartes. It is, in fact, the topic of lively ancient and medieval debates, many of which prefigure early modern and contemporary concerns. Aristotle, for example, claims that a person must, while perceiving anything, also perceive their own existence. A claim suggestive of the view that consciousness entails self-consciousness. Furthermore, according to Aristotle, since the intellect takes on the form of that which is thought, it is thinkable just as the thought objects are. An assertion that was interpreted by Aristotle's medieval commentaries as the view that self-awareness depends on an awareness of extramental things. But by contrast, the Platonic tradition, principally through the influence of Augustine, writing in the 4th and 5th centuries, is associated with the view that the mind gains knowledge of itself through itself. By being present to itself. Thus, in this view, self-awareness requires no awareness of outer things. In a similar vein, in the 11th century, Avicenna argues by way of his flying man thought experiment that a newly created person floating in a void with all senses disabled would nevertheless be self-aware. Thus, the self that one cognizes cannot be a bodily thing of which one is aware through the senses. On such views, and in contrast to Aristotelian picture, basic self-awareness is neither sensory in nature nor dependent on the awareness of other things. This latter claim was accepted by Aquinas, writing in the 13th century, who can be seen as synthesizing aspects of the Platonic and Aristotelian traditions. For not only does Aquinas claim that there is a form of self-awareness, awareness that one exists, for which the mere presence of the mind suffices, there is another form, awareness of one's essence, that as Aristotle claimed, is dependent on cognizing other things, and so for which the mere presence of the mind does not suffice. This ancient and medieval debate concerning whether the mere presence of the mind is sufficient for self-awareness is related to another concerning whether the self-awareness is itself sensory in character, or put another way, whether the self is or is not perceptible, keenness has sometimes been interpreted as offering a positive answer to this question, sometimes a negative answer. These issues were also discussed in various Indian, Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist debates, with a variety of perspectives represented. For example, in the writing of the 11th century Jain writer, Prabhat Chandra, there appears an argument very much like Avicenna's blind man argument for the possibility of self-awareness without awareness of the body. Whereas various thinkers of the Advaita Vedanta school argue that there is no self-awareness without embodiment. There were therefore wide-ranging debates in the ancient and medieval period, not only about the nature of self-awareness, but also about its relation to other aspects of the mind, most notably sensory perception and awareness of the body. Wow. Then it goes on to early modern discussion of self-consciousness. And then the Kantian and post-Kantian discussion of self-consciousness. Early 20th century discussion of self-consciousness. Self-consciousness in thought. Then the essential indexical. Then the first person reference. Then it's a 5-part entry. Immunity to error through misidentification. And then it goes on and talks about self-consciousness in experience. Consciousness of the self. Then for pre-reflective self-consciousness. The sense of ownership. Self-consciousness and personhood. Self-consciousness and rationality. Self-consciousness and consciousness. And then self-consciousness and intersubjectivity. Self-consciousness in the infants and non-human animals. Mirror recognition. Episodic memory. Then we have metacognition. Bibliography. So let's see. Let's see. Let's take a pause and what happened? Okay, stop sharing. Let's stop sharing and see. How are you?
Yeah.
Masa.
Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good evening. Is it evening in Japan?
It's 9 p.m.
Wow, good evening in Japan. Welcome,
yeah,
Masa.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just I try to I try to check the uh status or condition progress just the process of the meetup session. Then mm, there is only Jairo you joining.
It's only Gyro joining,
Yeah,
but
you right?
thank you, Masa, for joining.
Yeah, but and also what is what is about the that was just reading of the philosophy.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about thinking, and then
Oh,
I went to the Stanford Encyclopedia of
uh-huh,
Philosophy, and I typed in the search, "What is
uh-huh,
thinking? What is thinking?" And then
uh-huh,
I looked at all the articles. There must be hundreds of articles that have
mm-hmm,
thinking in it, or
mm-hmm,
kinds of thinking,
mm-hmm,
critical thinking, rational thinking,
mm-hmm,
logical thinking,
mm-hmm,
moral thinking, things like that. And then I came to this article on self consciousness
mm-hmm.
because, maybe before we can think, maybe we have to have a self and maybe consciousness.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah. Actually, uh, getting into the meetup session, uh, where uh, it's focusing on just reading is my first time. So therefore, just I was surprised. Uh,
Yeah.
what was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but normally I like normally people in Japan does not have the deep thinking of thinking for thinking, or we may not we may not have the clear understanding or clear definition of the philosophy. Uh, only uh, 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 there are there are curricular of philosophy at the undergraduate and also the second year of the universities. Normally in Japan, there are how to say uh, uh, just I missed the word. Uh, uh, General kind of the in Japan, we can get the any curriculum which is so-called general matter. Just I miss the word in English. Then one of the which is uh, philosophy. But people in Japan think, or supposed to think philosophy as a very formal, very hard to understand.
Mm.
So therefore, and also people in Japan is hardly ever uh, try to take try to take thinking or taking the information on the philosophy in English. So that is
Mm.
why I like to I was very interested in taking your kind of voice reading. Does it?
Yes, I have.
Uh,
There is another Japanese friend that has visited this meeting.
Really? Mm,
Hiroshi. Oh, but he has another name, but he goes by Hiroshi. uh, and I have his email, but he hasn't come back. But he has written articles on philosophy, and he wrote. He gave me the website where he writes and other people write articles, and he wrote about Nagarjuna and Nietzsche and others, and he's written, and he teaches English to Japanese students, maybe high school, and and I think he teaches a philosophy class to Japanese students. I think it's in English, and he covers the famous philosophers and goes over the history.
Yeah.
But he says,
Okay.
and he says
ahead.
that, and I asked him, do the students ask questions? And he says, no, they just listen and take notes, and that's it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mhm.
Even for the even for high senior high school student, normally ordinary 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 senior high school and also the university kind of student have are very they are trained to take note during the sessions by professor or teachers or anything or teachers. Then actually now Japanese education system can try to foster English in kind of foster English education for their student from the elementary school to the senior high school by introducing English classes. Actually, in the when I was elementary school, which was almost 40 years ago, there was no English class, but now there is English class, very which is very elementary. Just introduction for the kids to get familiar with the English. Then as for high level English curricular for the students, English debate is introduced and also encouraged to for kind of for the English education. But I have never heard about teaching English, teaching philosophy in English, even in the university. So therefore, I can think any English teachers in senior high school, senior high school university can teach the English debate or conduct English debate by teachers, and also, but they may not have a capability of teaching philosophy in English. One is they do not have the enough understanding of the philosophy that you read by voice reading. Actually, at first, when I was I was carefully I carefully tried to kind of listen your voice reading. I didn't understand the any important name. Actually, the Aristotle's it's only one thing I know as a historically very great person. But another, so
Wow. I think Hiroshi was teaching these students. I think they were high school students, and I think he was teaching them in English about philosophy, or maybe but he definitely said that he teaches English, and so maybe he teaches also philosophy in English. Wow, so it must be a
I don't
very
think so.
advanced school,
Yeah,
unless it's
I don't
in
think so.
college. Or maybe he teaches the philosophy in Japanese. I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Because if English education system in Japan has a English curriculum on philosophy, the teaching English, teaching philosophy in English must be the mandatory, and that can be done by any teachers in high school for the kind of high school student. But if the Hiroshi, who is your friend, has a capability in teaching philosophy in English for the kind of teaching English, the curriculum that is mandated by education board in Japan cannot allow Hiroshi to teach this knowledge for the student.
Welcome, Joel.
Hi, Joel.
We
Hi,
were
good morning.
talking about self-consciousness. We were talking about thinking, and I went to Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy and looked up what is thinking. And there were hundreds and hundreds of articles with thinking in it. Critical thinking, moral thinking, logical thinking, all kinds of thinkings. And I found one after looking at many articles just by the title. I chose self-consciousness, and I looked at the history of self-consciousness in philosophy. Like, the Greeks, and they would talk about know thyself and the Delphic maxim. And then there's a drama, a tragedy about Oedipus, and there is a prophecy that that someone would kill, or the son of Laius and Jakarta, or something like that, would kill Laius, and he knew about it. He was conscious about that, but he didn't realize that he was the son of Laius, and he did end up killing his father. So he became very self-conscious there. Or he was conscious of that somebody would, but that somebody was himself.
Jair, by the way, Jair, just you said you took the electric document from Stanford University Cyclopedia, right?
Yes, I was sharing it.
This service is available for me.
Yes, you can. I can enter the link to this wonderful article in 5 parts. It's got self-consciousness in the history of philosophy, self-consciousness in thought, self-consciousness in experience, the conditions of self-consciousness in infants and non-humans. And it mentions that even the Hindus, Buddhists, and Jains were thinking about self-consciousness. Oh, and it talks about, what if we didn't have any senses? Would we still be self-conscious? Wow. Let's see. I'll type the link in the chat.
Yeah, I want to I want to have I want to get the URL
And
to
the
get
URL, I created a tiny URL. So that it's easy for me to remember. It's wake up and think clearly.life. Whatsy.life / self-consciousness. Yes, I think that will work. Yes. And how are you, Joel?
I'm
Where's
okay.
Joel?
What is a tiny URL?
Oh, yes. I go to tinyurl.com, and then there I create, I can create short URLs of long, difficult to remember URLs. I paste it in the first line, and then I select which one to use, like tinyurl.com / blah, blah, blah. And I can create whatever blah, blah, blah I want.
Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. Thank you. I didn't know about that.
And that way I created my own account, and then I can create all kinds of wonderful short URLs to things that, oh, that's too hard to remember, and I don't want to copy and paste into an email. So I'll just make it into a tiny URL and share it over here.
Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Thank you.
And let's see. Oh, and you know what? Joel, he's been around, and he met Hiroshi in Japan. Maybe you can tell us about Hiroshi.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. He's been here. He's a very nice man.
Oh, he's been to Toronto also? No.
No, he's been to your Zoom
Oh,
meeting.
to this meetings, yes.
Yeah. He's a philosophy teacher.
Really?
Does he
philosophy
teach?
teacher.
Does he teach in English?
I don't know. I think so. I mean, he writes in English. You can look
He
him up
writes
on the
very
internet.
good.
He has articles published in various philosophy journals and things.
He writes very well
Yeah.
in English.
Mm.
So maybe he teaches philosophy to high school students or to college students in Japan.
College. Maybe college or university. Because normally high school in Japan doesn't have high school Japan.
Unless it's a special high school. Maybe it's a high school of very advanced students or students that want to learn English only. I don't know.
Yeah, actually there is maybe yes, maybe no. Yes, actually there are very few there is very few high school which has a very advanced education system advanced education system which can be accepted by the kind of the student who came back from kind of English spoken nations, or their kind of education background is too high for another high school educational system. But as long as my understanding, which is totally how long years ago? 30 or around 30 years ago. Yes, around 30 years ago. There was no philosophy class in high school. Only there is philosophy class was existed in University of.
I think it's the same now, but I'm not sure. I don't think I ever heard of philosophy in high school, and I don't think they teach it now.
Yeah, but if he has perfect understanding of philosophy, he can speak philosophy in English clearly. I hope so. But anyway, I don't. My profession is totally different arena. So I'm not the English teacher, not that also.
Who
And
was here
Joe,
today, Hiro?
hmm?
Who was here today? Who else was here today aside from Masa and myself?
Just
Just me. And then
Yes.
Masa showed up while I was reading that article on self-consciousness, where
Yes.
I learned about that there's some views of Aristotle that are different from the views of Plato and different views of Aquinas. They have a little bit different views on what would it be to be self-conscious. Like, do you have to have all your senses to be self-conscious? Like, if you are in a coma, would you be self-conscious just because you have a mind? Like, you don't have any, say you're cut off all your senses, all your five senses, maybe your mind still works. So would just with your mind, would you be able to sense that you have a self, that you're self-aware? I don't.
Okay. I think we as one of the person who live in Japan have a kind naturally developed by the Western Eastern philosophy in the Asian, like China or Asian, or any philosophy which is related, influenced by Buddhism or difficult to pronounce, Confucius.
Confucianism. I think
Yeah,
it's Confucianism. I think,
Yes,
I'm not
exactly.
sure.
Confucianism?
Yes, Confucianism. This is the original kind of point of the philosophy, which has been kind of expanded into a lot of the branches of philosophy. Then, actually, the original idea was created how many years ago? Almost 2,000 years ago, or before 2,000 years ago, or around, yeah, so I try to say 2,000 years ago. Then, then, we until now we have experienced a lot of dynasty in China and in Japan. Then normally the philosophy, Asian philosophy, was centered in China from Confucianism, just the philosophy. Then by experience the huge long years, not one single year, but just like the hundreds of the years, the philosophy in Eastern or China has been introduced in Japan, and also evolved in China. Then there are then the philosophy has been changed to the education system, education understanding in the Edo era. Yes, Edo era, or much earlier than Edo era, like 16th century or 17th centuries, as one of the education idea. This is my understanding, and also I my I was uh, I was good at learning of the Japanese history and also the world history. So just my brain has still uh, remained few information, few knowledge about the philosophy related educational system in Japan. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, I came across a book which I haven't read. In fact, I'm struggling just reading with the translator's preface, which is only 2 pages. I'm having trouble with that. So obviously, I'm not a very good student, but it's Immanuel Kant, The Groundwork of the Metaphysic of Morals. Apparently, it's a small book. And according to this translator, who I understand is quite a revered philosophy translator and teacher, he claims that it ranks with Plato's Republic and Aristotelian ethics. And
wow.
so the supreme principle of morality, is there actually a universal morality? Does morality exist outside cultural norms?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I don't know. Obviously, Kant had strong ideas about it, but I haven't read or understood his ideas. But I thought Rami would be here. He might have read that. He reads everything quite assiduously. And I didn't know, but he hasn't been here today.
He hasn't been here, but he left a video for me to watch, and I was watching it earlier this morning at 6:30, and it captivated me. It had Bill Nye, the science guy, going into a museum of creationists kind of people, and the museum tour person was showing Noah's Ark and exhibit, and so uh, they were talking about um, what is um, what is evidence, and so that's where they had some disagreements, because the museum bases its evidence on beliefs in the Word of God, and so they figured out by going backwards and I guess genealogy and all this that the Noah's Ark happened 4,000 some years ago, and Bill Nye, the science guy, says he uses evidence to look at the ice and count how many rings there are. There's some place that's very cold, and they stick a pipe down into the ground, and they look at the layers of ice, and they can count down how many years back. And so they've gone back 167,000 years back. I guess each year you can see a layer changes, little changes in, and so they go at least 167,000 years in just that ice thing. So, and then the pyramids of the Egyptians, they're much older than 4,000 years. So so some people were saying that the museum guy was winning the debate because it based on belief in the Bible, in the Word of God, and the science guy was just using inferences and something that he wasn't there when it happened. So So he's just so so I was reading the commentaries, and the commentaries were saying that the museum guy was winning, but it looks like they couldn't. Oh, they're using different domains of finding the truth. So the museum guy was using, I guess, was in the metaphysical domain of finding truth, and the science guy was looking at the what's it? What is it? The evidence-based domain? What is that called?
Empirical.
Empirical domain. So the two domains never met. So they disagreed upon each other.
So just to digress for a bit, this tiny URL is just a way of taking a complex web link. I tried your web link and it took me right to that Stanford article, and you can convert anything to something more accessible without the long string. Is that the idea?
Easy to remember. Yes. Okay. You can say, let's say you find an article with very long, like say you find something on Amazon.com that you want to share, you just copy that URL and then go to tiny URL and say you want to buy a, what is it you want to buy? Oh, a Roku for your TV. But the link at Amazon is very long. It's got lots of code in it. And so you just paste that link into tinyurl.com. And then after tinyurl.com / then you just type in Roku and maybe something else, because maybe somebody already has used the word Roku after it. So maybe you have to use Roku and then your name. And then now nobody else has it. So then you can share that link that's to show them, oh, you should buy this one at Amazon or something.
Interesting. I've seen those things, but I never. So really, they're just like a shortcut for something else. But once someone uses that, like a synonym in language, we might say, for a long string of a web link and into something that you want it to reflect more of.
Yes, they keep
unless somebody else has used it.
Yes, I guess they keep a database of all those tiny URLs, and then so they have the short form that somebody created and the long form that's the actual URL. And so it looks up the short form and then it refers to the long form and it uses that one. So it converts it to the long form and it finds it.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. There's some places won't allow them, like, because they'll think that it's a spam. So when you go to meetup.com and you try to use a tiny URL or some kind of URL like that, it is suspects it must be a spam, so it'll block it. They won't let you use them.
Isn't that interesting?
Like if you type it in.
So no forest fires in Japan, Masa?
Fortunately, yeah. I know why you asked me this question. Because there is big wildfire in Hawaii and also British Columbia. Yellowknife, near the Yellowknife, right?
Yes, Yellowknife is not British Columbia. It's
actually I think so. Yeah,
Northwest Territories.
Yes, exactly. Because today, just before this just today I went to barber, so that is why my hair is so kind of very
no, it's neater.
Yeah,
maybe it's my turn to get haircut.
Yeah, then during waiting for during the waiting, I read Reuters from my my smartphone, kind of iPhone. Then actually I took the apply of the Reuters. So there is one article about the information on wildfire, kind of wildfire alert in British Columbia. But just I was wondering why the wildfire happened in Yellowknife. But why state of British Columbia made emergency alert? So there is huge distance between Yellowknife and also British Columbia. So
Yeah, but the whole area is very heavily forested. And it is experiencing a lot of, I think, dryness, and the temperatures were very, very high this year.
Yes, so actually, I can agree. Japan, it's super hot this year, and also there are a lot of so-called guerrilla score with thunderstorm in Japan. That made huge area kind of facing encountering the blackout by just thunder, and also just as for a bullet train from Tokyo Terminal Station to the final terminal station. Final terminal station. There was kind of trouble of the service for 3 days. But at first, the trigger of the trouble was the typhoon number 7. But actually, when the typhoon was kind of approaching and also the moving out to the kind of Japan main island, the scheduled scheduled cancellation was made. We accepted the incident, but after the typhoon was passed from the main island, there was still kind of the trouble of the service for bullet train from Tokyo Terminal Station and the other final destinations of the terminal station. So therefore, I was involved with the a kind of congestion, just the congestion of the service or trouble of the service by Shinkansen bullet train.
Shinkansen
yes.
Hiro is no, I'm thinking of what's the busiest station in Tokyo? Sounds like
Tokyo.
Well, isn't there another one that's 3 million passengers?
Shinjuku Station.
Shinjuku, yeah.
Yes, because Shinjuku is one of the how to say Shinjuku Station accepts around 3.5 million kind of guests or passengers
every day.
Every day, because
huge.
there was there are a lot of kind of train system using the Shinjuku Station. But even though the bullet train does not have a service at the Shinjuku Station.
Yeah.
But Japan, this is very local topic in Japan. Shinjuku Station in and the Tokyo station has a kind of the linked with local train service, encircled like the encircled train system. So
And
then
that's
the
not
almost
really clear. What is an encircled train service? I don't understand that.
just the encircled. That means there are around 20 of stations connected, surrounded around the central Tokyo areas. So that is why I try to say encircled. Encircled. Then one of the which is Tokyo Terminal Station.
How do you spell? How do you spell encircled?
I think he means encircling, but I'm not sure.
Are you typing it in? Let's see.
Encycling.
My spell is
Encircling.
totally
Encircling. Oh, encircling.
I think
Maybe.
that's what he means, but I'm not sure. Because I think
Encircling?
Shinjuku Station is a major hub for the subway lines within Tokyo.
No.
No?
No.
Did I misunderstand?
Yes. Tokyo. Shinjuku Station. Shinjuku Station is one of the hub station for local train service. One of the which can be directly linked with Takao Mountain, where it's very famous for, especially for the so-called foreign people. And but as for the subway system, there is one subway terminal, almost directly connected with Tokyo Terminal Station. It takes almost 15 minutes from Tokyo Station to the subway terminal station. There is a direct link by the underground, underground. So actually the station, the underground subway station has 4 or 5 train service in the Tokyo, central Tokyo areas. So then the Tokyo station has various Tokyo Terminal Station has a kind of start point, has a 4 or 5 Shinkansen bullet train service to the Kyoto, Osaka, and another areas. So,
yeah,
so
Tokyo,
anyway,
Tokyo's the terminal station for all the high-speed trains.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and the station that we were staying near, Ueno Station, has
yes.
some trains that pass through it, but it's not a terminal station.
Ueno used to be terminal station.
Yeah, but it's not now. Tokyo is everything. Now, Hira, I was going to ask, can I interrupt again, Masa? Is that okay?
No. Just I try to watch what Gyro was doing just alone. Then I try to dive into this meetup session today. So he was just reading.
Yes, when Masa showed up I was reading the article at Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, the first section.
Yeah, that was totally interesting reading material for me.
Now,
Well,
Hiro, do you know, on July the 22nd, when we played Vinci, you recorded it. There's a YouTube video, but that went on for 4 hours, and there's like 1 hour where we played the game. Is there a way to edit that video into just the 1 hour and then create a tiny URL for that somehow? Do you know how to?
yeah, what I could try to do. Oh, you know what? What I could do is go to where the game begins,
Right.
and have it on, and pause it there, and then I create a link that includes a code. T equals 4 blah 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 is just a long number, and that number is converted to the time in minutes and seconds, where from the time 0 to that time where the game starts in that video. And so when you copy that link into tiny URL, you will say, you could call it tinyurl.com/Vinci game on Wake Up and Think Clearly, or something like that. Something short. And
but can you just get that piece of video in a separate file?
Yes, I could edit that down to a video that only shows the game, and then I upload that video and give it a title and something interesting like the Da Vinci game where Hiro defeats Peter, or something like that. And then that would be a separate video in the Wake Up and Think Clearly channel.
Where do we do that? How, like, do you have to do that because you have the actual recording, or who does that, or can anybody do that, or?
I can do that, and can anybody do that? That might be a little bit more difficult. Maybe I could. Oh, you know what? Is there a way to download any video? Maybe there is a way to download any YouTube video, but normally only the owner of the YouTube channel can download his own videos, but there might be a program that can download others. Or there is also a way to capture any video that you have running on your computer with a program that's called a screen recorder. It records the video, and you select the browser, and then you stretch it out, and then you start recording, and then end the recording, and then you have a video file of that capture, and then you can do whatever you want to with it, with the special program that does that. Like, I have that special program. It's called X, as in like X Files, XSplit, I think it is. Yes. So you can do that, or I can do that. I might be easier for me to download the live video and then use an editing program that Avidamux could do it. So I scroll over to where it begins and say start here, and scroll over to where it ends, and so where it starts is, I call it A, and then go to where it ends and call it B, and so that then I press save, and then it saves the video from A to B. And
wow. Yeah, but it's
And-
got to be on Windows. It doesn't work on Apple.
Oh, maybe there's an Apple version for those programs, for a screen recorder for Apple and a editor for Apple, like iMovie or something like that. Yes, yes, mate. Yeah, I guess that's a request of yours, and that would be an interesting special event, a unique special event that is worth producing separately, so I could capture those moments for recorded history, so that
Yeah.
when we're 120 years old, we can look back on it and laugh.
We could see how the very first rules were tested in Florida for a non-participating player.
For
By the
players
way,
in
I
for
have
players
one.
in coma who are unself-conscious.
Okay,
Or-
guys, I got to go have some breakfast now. Nice to see you both. See if you can figure out
what
how to
did you
do that.
learn today? Today you learned about TinyURL and about how I have the capabilities of editing down the video. So I'll get on that this week. Maybe I'll have it by next week.
Okay.
Actually, thank you. Higher, not gyro.
Yeah.
For getting me to know the kind of very interesting kind of electronic document, which is provided by Stanford University, right?
Stanford University.
Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, Masa.
Thank you.
Actually, I'll be out
Bye.
from here within almost just now. Just this is information. This is information by asked by Joel. The status of in Japan, which you have curiosity or does do not have any curiosity. Actually, there is wide player in Hawaii and also a remote area from British Columbia. But in Japan, even though there we have 4 seasons, four seasons, but between around there was rainy seasons, which is very which we feel very moisture and humidity. Even though the summer will be coming, it's to be coming at the just August or middle of the July. Then the even though the there was kind of the weather system kind of that can bring or provide a huge amount of the water to be kind of to be pushed out into the north very far north areas. The some areas kind of experience the super hot temperatures, super hot dry temperatures. But on the other hand, there was kind of the huge amount of the rains. Only the torrential rains, which for torrential rains for a couple of days is almost as almost same as the amount of the rainfall in August. So therefore, in that area, there was a lot of incident of the flooding at the river and also the mudslide. But on the other hand, on the other hand, the where the place where facing the super hot and dry weather is now encountering the shortage of the water at the dam. So, so there is a big gap between the area of area where has have experienced a super hot dry temperature, kind of dry weather, and also the experience how to say the torrential rainfall, which has been continuously kind of the some areas experience until now. So actually there was some with kind of the weather forecaster said this is unprecedented. They do not know when this heat wave can be continued until actually you are familiar with the Fahrenheit, right?
Yes.
Celsius.
Mhm.
Normally in Japan, high temperature in Tokyo, where high temperature is Tokyo, Greater Tokyo area is around 35 Celsius, not Fahrenheit. But this year, the high temperature, there are some places recorded 40, around 40 Celsius.
Wow.
What's the in the United States? There is decibel.
Let's see.
Decibel, where we can get the
Fahrenheit
direct experience of the
to Celsius. Let's see. Fahrenheit to Celsius chart. So, ooh. Let's see. You said, ooh, 40?
40.
40?
Wow.
37 is 37.78 Celsius is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And 37 is the average body temperature, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. And so a very hot day in Tokyo is around 35.
Yes, exactly. But this temperature is totally tiny things. If you have a experience to visiting decibel, where is supposed to be the one of the hottest place. This year, the area experienced hotter than 50 Celsius, right?
Yeah. Wow. 50.
50. 50.
Wow. In Florida, or where I live in Orlando, Winter Park, Stanford, Heathrow now, and the temperatures for the past maybe 3 or 4 weeks have been very high. It's usually around easily around 37 every day. It gets very hot every day. And so maybe because it's humid, then it feels even hotter. Maybe it gets to in the middle of the day, maybe it gets to 30, 38, 39
okay.
for a little while.
Yeah, actually it's Florida, right?
And it gets
you live in Florida, right?
Yes.
Florida Orlando. I think this place is very good place, and also a good place for the anyone who becomes a retirement age.
Good place for what?
Pension or retirement age.
Oh, for retirement. Yes.
I'm not sure. You are still. You have to. You are younger than retirement age, and also you are younger than the stress. You are younger than being able to just eligible age to get the pension.
Maybe in a few years. I'm 63.
In the Japanese system, we can get the pension from 65, but our Japanese system has a problem problem such as shortage of the deposit for the pen kind of for the pension for the pensioner. Because anyway, actually, thank you for kind of the accepting. Thank you for accepting me as a just participant, and also the reading the philosophy document of the philosophy was very interesting moment today. And then I think hi Hiro, Hiro, have a good day. I think the what? How about? Do you think how about Rami? Or
Rami?
Another Rami, another female, one of the female down. She is absent.
Were you talking about Rami? Our friend Rami? Or what?
Rami.
Yes.
And
where is Rami? Maybe he went to Busch Gardens today. This and Don, maybe Rami and Don I'm sure Rami with his wife Stacy, maybe they went to Busch Gardens this morning. In Tampa, this about an hour and a half or 2 hours away. And there they have roller coasters. They go.
They are enjoying.
And it's good for his wife because it stretches the bones in the back, maybe from the forces of gravity. Maybe it stretches the bones apart, and then it relieves pain, maybe in the joints, in the hips. It's like a
good
therapy.
For her, or good for him.
Maybe it's like a physical therapy.
Just roller coaster helps us feel the less gravity than on the ground, especially the kind of spiral bone. Thank you. Just I hope you can spend a good Saturday morning. Good Saturday.
May your Saturday morning be
Saturday
wonderful. Oh, your Saturday evening. May your Saturday evening
or Saturday midnight.
Oh, is it Saturday evening there?
Saturday 10 p.m. Saturday 10 p.m.
So then you're going to go to bed soon, and then no.
Just I go to the bus, and I go to the bus and prepare. Well, I try to prepare for the mattress for sleeping. Then if I have if I do not get the sleepy kind of sleepy, I may join another meetup session in Toronto. That's it.
Oh, you're going to go to another meeting in Toronto, maybe that starts in next hour, maybe?
2 hours later.
Oh, in about 2 hours, but you might be sleepy, so you might not stay there long. Or maybe
Yeah.
you can listen to it while you sleep, and then it goes into your subconscious.
Just the conductor was very conductor is very good at kind of process making a process of the kind of the meetup itself, and also the kids speaking way of speaking is good. It's good for me to learn about how to speak kind the way of speaking manner in English. Even the meetup is located in the Toronto,
Mm.
a kind of hybrid, okay, hybrid in person and also the remote. So, thank you. Yeah.
Have a
See you
good
again. Yeah.
thing.
See you next.
See
See you
you
next Sunday.
next week.
See you next Saturday. Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye. That was Masa in Japan. I think he's in Tokyo or nearby. So it's just you and I. What? Mm, I'm going to get ready to get in my car. I'm going to try to escape. So I was reading the topic self consciousness at the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. I created a tiny URL. It's called wutc.life/self-consciousness so that we can continue reading it. I think we got to ancient and medieval discussions of self-consciousness. Then maybe we could talk about early modern discussions of self-consciousness, or maybe we did a little bit in Kantian and post-Kantian and so forth. And then discussions about it in kinds of thoughts, in experience, and in the conditions of self-consciousness, in personhood, rationality, consciousness, intersubjectivity, self-consciousness in infants and non-human animals, mirror recognition, episodic memory, metacognition. So that's that article. We could maybe look at it next week. So I have a kind of an appointment now, and it involves meeting up by 11:30, and it's 9, so I got 2.5 hours. But it's like an hour, let's say an hour and a half drive. No, maybe not that much. So I should try to get ready for it. Um, I get this phone charged up. Hmm. Let's see. I got all these kinds of toys. I'm thinking about what I need to take with me. Those are just glasses. I don't need to take that. I don't really need to take this. Well, I will. And I gotta take this. I gotta take this. That's my wallet. Oh, in the meantime, I can charge this up. It's my Bluetooth. Sometimes I get a mess because I'm trying to fix a laptop. Let's see. I'm going to take this. I got two options of glasses to wear. I could take this. This is another sunglasses. I could take my headphones. I was reading up on Jung in cartoon form. And I could wear this and this. And then over here I'll get a new pair of underwear and a new pair of new as in washed. A new pair. Whoops. New pair of underwear, new pair of washed socks. There. And I created this bag here. That's where I keep my phone. Hang it up, hang it on. There. So, here's the other phone. Oh yeah, I got this other phone. What's this? Oh, that's the okay. Oh, here's where the other phones go. I'm gonna take this phone. Let's see if I got the other phone in here. Where's the other phone? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna wear this phone. I'm gonna take this and put this. Where's the other phone? Oh boy. I'm missing a phone. Oh, I put it in here. I wonder if this phone needs to be charged. Oh no, it's not in there. I'm missing a phone. Oh, I can use this phone to call it. It's probably there somewhere. Let's see. Let's see. Favorites. Go on my favorites. Oh, no. I think it's this one. Let's see if it rings. Oh, there it is. I see it. There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna take that phone. So I got three phones. Oh, and there's another phone, but it doesn't have a working SIM card. So let's see how much charge does this phone have? Yeah, that's good enough. Got plenty. And this phone here. So I bought a case for this phone. It's got a little kickstand and it looks rugged. But I'm gonna take it off and put another case on it. And it's transparent. See if I can do it. Mm, mm. Mm. There we go. And I'm going to put a magic phone holder on it. Oh, I could use a knife for this, but I won't. I'll use my bare fingernails. Oh, to take off the sticker, to take out the item from the box. It is a foldable and adjustable. Adjustable. What is it called? Phone holder. Foldable and adjustable phone holder. That's nice. I wonder if it's magnetic. Let's see. No, it's not magnetic. It's got a mirror. That's pretty cool. So I think I could put it right there. And then I pull it out. And then it serves as a kickstand. Right? Oh, I got it wrong. Like this. This part stays. So it goes right there. Oh, and I think you can turn it. So you can go like that. So that might be a good spot. The only problem is that where to put it. I think this might be the best spot right there. Not too close to the bottom. Then you can turn it. Or maybe right there might be a good place. Does it have instructions? It says double shaft fold, compact and convenient. Super light in weight, strong support, no falling. 360-degree free rotation. So you take this off. Maybe it's good to wipe it first with the lens cleaner, perhaps. It probably has alcohol in it. Let's see. There, I cleaned it a little bit. And now I want to dry it a little bit. So I take this off. It opens up like an accordion or something. So I'll put it right there in the center. That might be a good spot. The only problem with this one is that it will interfere with wireless charging. So that's a problem. %. I need to take this charger out This charger is pretty good. It's supposed to be able to do fast charging. Let's see if I can read it. 5-volt, 3 amp. USB Type C. USB Type C and to USB Type C cable that can handle 106 amps. Uh, uh, so I wrap this around. Uh-huh. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. No, I can't. Okay. There. Now. Like this, maybe. How's that? And then I hang this. Put it. Put it. Hang it from this bag. Stick this in here. And then I hang this. This. There we go. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. So, like this. How's that? Or like this. Hmm. Hmm. You can change the angle, right? Like you can fold this more and then uh, change the angle, right? And change the angle this way too, right? Mm-hmm. And and this should be able to turn, but I'm still uh, pressing on it. Make sure it sticks. Don't want to knock it off. And it could serve when you're doing a selfie using the back cameras. You can kind of see yourself a little bit on this mirror. Maybe it'll be off, but close enough. You'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm taking that phone and this phone and the phone I'm holding on to, which is it's got its own case. I'm trying out a new case on it. The previous case was a case that protects pretty good. but it messes with the microphone. You can't use the microphone in certain apps. This one you can use the microphone, or you can use. I found out that you can use it on. I can use this. Mm. Oh, I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put this phone in here, and this phone in there. Mhm. 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 Okay. So now I got an idea of what I'm taking with me. All these. And I got my wallet in there. Let's see, I got my wallet in there. I got that. Okay. So I know what I'm taking. All I have to do is take a shower and then leave. I don't want to stay here too long because they might slow me down. Mhm. I'm at my mother's house, and this is my room, and this is a painting I did for my sister. Let's see. Thank you. I love you. Peace. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Oh, oh, Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. Okay. Maybe I should go over it. The lettering. That's another one I did. It says Om Mani Padme Hum. Ah, Om Hum. Okay. Wisdom and compassion. Wisdom and okay. So I'm gonna take a shower. Maybe I could eat breakfast first. I could eat a banana breakfast. I think someone's in the bathroom right now. So I can look up something. So let's see. So maybe I could look at the map. So here's the plan. Let's see. Let's see. I could go to Google Maps. See maps. I could go to. I think I'm going to Lake Nona. Roughly, Lake Nona Medical Center. Lake Nona, Nona, VA. There's where I'm going. Directions. Well, I'm going to go to 5926 first. So I'm going to check out how to get there from. Wow. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, man. So, well, it's pretty far. So, let's see how long does it take to go this way? It says, shit, I don't see how long it takes. Doesn't show. Oh, you can put it right here and it gives you how many distance. How long? It's 15 miles. Oh, so it's 21 minutes that way. It's 24 minutes that way. And 25 minutes that way. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. That's good to know. So I'm thinking of trying out this this route is a toll road. It goes around the city of Orlando. So from here to there, going around the toll road from here to there, that'll save maybe 3 or 4 minutes compared to going this way. So this way is a lot shorter, but this way is a little quicker, and and maybe it's more comfortable going on a 4 or 5 lane or 4 to 6 lane highway with a median where only toll paying cars and trucks will take. And so there'll be less traffic and less well, there'll be exit ramps here and there. But this one there's traffic lights ever so often. It it's still fairly smooth, but it can get trafficy going through the airport. You have to actually go through the side of the airport. Yeah, here's the international airport. You have to go by it. So that can get trafficking. Oh, right. What's this road? Some boulevard. Another way would be go down Goldenrod and take the expressway to. So this one is 25 minutes. That might be a good one. Oh, what about this way? I don't know. Didn't show it. Oh, wow. There's the USTA. What's that? What is that? How come it's green? Wow, it's a special residential area. Anyway, so I'm not here. I'm going there. So from where I live to there is another 40 minutes. Let's see. So I'm gonna switch them and then remove this. Let's see. 661. Let's see. So I could go this way or that way. Yeah. I'm gonna go this way. This way is 38 minutes. Oh, 33 minutes. Wow, it's shorter this way. Shorter in time and in distance. Wow. I always thought this way would be faster. There's a toll, but this was shorter and faster, amazingly. Oh, there's a little toll here. Well, it's good to know where I'm going and how long it'll take and all that. But now, oh, maybe I should eat a banana first. I need to get a kickstand for this phone too, maybe. Hmm. Mm. 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 Okay. So here's the phone I have. It has this case. I just got this case a few days ago. This is a S23 Ultra. So it's pretty expensive. And I got 512 gigs of RAM. So I think it's 13 or 1400. So I'll be paying 16 dollars a month for 36 months because I turned in my Samsung S10. So I get $800 off. And so I had to pay maybe $400 or 500. I forget. I'll figure it out. My phone bill is going to be massive this month. I switched over from T-Mobile to AT&T. So the 5G in AT&T is okay here and there. It's they say T-Mobile's 5G is a little bit faster on the average, but it varies. Some places I checked the speed and it was wow, pretty good, hundreds of megabits per second. Um, so the other phone that I just showed you had a kickstand. I got a kickstand for it. Kickstand for it was pretty cool. Mhm. Mm. That's pretty cool kickstand, don't you think? Oh, you can't see it. Hmm. Right? Ah, so what if I what if I got that same kickstand for this phone? Except the problem is this is a magnet. It's supposed to be used for attaching a wireless charger to it. So I'm thinking of getting a wireless charger for this. So if I put a kickstand on this, then the charger won't work. So I'm thinking of getting adapting something that can clamp around this with the kickstand. What could I clamp with it? Oh, hmm. Oh, I don't know. Hmm. Okay, so let's put this phone away. This is a Motorola Edge 2022. It's pretty good. You can get it for free if you switch over to AT&T. I'm advertising for them for free. It's like about $400 or $500 phone. Oh, yeah, that's where I can put it. So I'm gonna hang this. I got two phones here. And this phone is gonna go in here. Just slide it in and hang it around my neck. And then this, it's got some goodies inside it. Oh, it's got, and there's my glasses. I picked up my glasses. And I'm missing a charger. Maybe it's in here. Uh, oh, I can take these headphones. Maybe it's in the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I think this is it. That's the fast charger. So I need a box to carry the fast charger. Maybe I could stuff it in here. Okay. So I'll put this in the very bottom. I don't need this. I mean, I do. But, put my wallet in here, stuff it in there. That's where I'll keep my wallet. I'm gonna zip it up. I'm not gonna use this cover. Where does the covers go? This is where I can keep the extra covers or cases. This is a waterproof case. And this is the Motorola case. Oh, and I think that's maybe I should keep. What is this? Yeah, I should keep this in the other case, in the other box. I taped all these boxes with green tape or green tar, representing green tar. Now green is my go-to color now. Go green. Oh, it doesn't open that way. You have to pull out and then pull out. So that's where I'll keep this stuff. That's for cleaning lenses, and I think I put a extra pair of glasses in here. Yeah, that was. I can't put any more glasses. There we go. This. Hmm. I'm gonna clean these with this one. I might wear these glasses. Okay. Oh, I was pointing. I was pointing the wrong side of the camera. Okay, so There to listen. Mhm. Mm. 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 Okay. Mm. 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 Buenos días. ¿Y en dónde está Araceli? ¿Dónde está Araceli?
Diciéndose que no se había orinado, la bañó ya.
Me tengo que ir.
¿Dónde estaba?
Tengo una cita a las 11:30. ¿En dónde? En el aeropuerto o hacia el aeropuerto.
¿Pero tú vuelves?
Volveré por ahí a las 5 o 6.
Pero tienes que arreglar este cuarto, Jairo, porque ya
Sí.
ves,
¿Quién viene?
ah, ah, para limpiar ese cuarto tuyo.
La Carolina. Para limpiar el cuarto. Entonces tengo que limpiarlo antes de que lo limpie. No. Mm, las cosas. Como la cama o mis cosas. Mm, mm. Okay, now I'm gonna take a shower. 69%. Mm. Mm. Maybe I should take something for brushing my teeth also. Yeah, I gotta mm, clean up the mess so that they can clean up by Monday. I can do today. Hmm.
No, no creo. Hola.
Hola, buenos días, Araceli. Sí, qué maravilla, qué amanecí. ¿Cómo? No sé cómo. Me voy a bañar. No. Mm. 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 I said no, that I didn't have time to eat breakfast. Anyway, I did, but I don't want anything to slow me down. Oh, I gotta go poop or try to. So I'm going to leave that out. I would think would be nice to do for you. And I'll be taking a shower in here. I think I'll leave that out too. So sorry about that. It's time to say goodbye and see you next week. And I hope, what did we learn today? Yeah, self consciousness. Well, I titled this on YouTube, Thinking About Thinking. And this is part 2, August 19th. And then I got into self consciousness. I was thinking related to self consciousness. Now we have to decide when this thinking begins. So we can be self conscious without thinking, right? So when this thinking, or how does it come about? There's something to think about. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Let's see. Oh, and I could go to YouTube. Hmm. Hmm. See, oh, it's thinking about thinking part 2. There I am. Hey, thanks. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so wait a minute. Let me go back to this and see. Okay. I was checking to see if I was live on YouTube, and it looks like I am. So say goodbye. I'm signing off with a sweet song. Mm. What's a good sweet song? Alone again, and surely something like that. Okay.